What's up, everyone? All right, here we are, day 3 of the small account challenge. Another green day, $74.50. Not a home run, but another base hit. And that's really what growing a small account is all about. Lots of base hits. So right now, during the challenge, I've taken a total of 9 trades and I've had 7 winners. So just over 70% accuracy. Not bad. I've had 2 losers. One was yesterday, and the second one was today. A little disappointed. I mean, well, you know, whatever. 70+% accuracy is nothing to be disappointed about. It's bound to happen that there will be some losses, and kind of taking the first loss is sort of breaking the ice and just getting used to it. It's no big deal. So one loss today, but still up $74.50. So another day of progress. Now, the last time I did a small account challenge, I started with a little bit more money, $583. But the first 8 days, 7 or 8 days, maybe it was even 10 days. It was a while ago, but in any case, those first 8 days, they were all really small winners. $120, $80, $130, $75, just small green days. And I was kind of like, all right, well, this is gonna take a while. I'm growing the account really small, really slowly. But here's what was happening. Every day, that $100, I'd go from 583 up to, 650, to 750, to 850, to 950, to 1,000, to 1,100, 1,200. And because of the leverage, my account, of course, was getting bigger, which was allowing me to take bigger positions if I saw something that looked good. And during those first 7 or 8 days, I didn't really see anything that looked good enough to step up to the plate. And so I was a little more conservative. And then on day 8 or 9 or whatever it was, finally, we had that big momentum stock, that stock squeezing up 50, 60, 70%, going higher. I jumped into it and made about $700. And just like that, in that one day, finally, I got a big boost in my account. The next day, my account was at $2,000, right? Big jump forward. Another big green day after that. Now I've got more buying power. I can take 1,000, 2,000 shares. I can grow the account faster. This is very similar. I'm sort of treading water here these first few days, making a little bit of money, building up my profit cushion. I know the minimum account balance is $350. On day 1, I had $395 in the account. And that was because they debited the platform fee, which I didn't realize was gonna happen. So I got that credited back, which is great. So day 1, with $395, I made $158. Day 2, my account was up $158, plus I got the credit back for the platform fee, so back up to about $650. Lost $12 yesterday. All right, so whatever, it's a red day, a small red day. Today, $74.50 of profit. So tomorrow I'll be up closer to, 700, making my way back up. 7, maybe, we'll see what it is after commissions. But in any case, I'm making that progress. And, the challenge right now is that today the market was pretty soft. It was slow. There wasn't a lot really moving. When you start a small account challenge, you never know if you're gonna happen to start on a week where the market is insane and there's stocks going up 100% every single day, in which case you'll grow the account very quickly. Or if you happen to start at the beginning of kind of a lull in the market where the best you can do is kind of tread water and grind, keep your head above the water, and then wait for that first opportunity to get a big win. So survive till you thrive. Keep your head above water. That's what it's about right now. Today, I would have loved to have had a $150, $200 winner, but I'm walking away with more money than I started the day with. And so that means tomorrow I'll come into the day with a little bit of a bigger account, a little bit more buying power, and I'm just gonna try to keep doing that each day until we finally have that one stock that looks really awesome and it gives me, a really nice winner. So anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy this recap. As always, if you have questions, please leave them down below in the comments. I personally respond to every comment posted on my channel. I get the comment alerts on my phone right here. And I love answering your questions, and I really do take great pride in answering every single question. So if you got a question, leave it down below. And if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. And you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe. All right, see you guys tomorrow for day 4 of the Small Account Challenge. What's up, everyone? All right, so we're gonna go over the trades from this morning. I'm gonna finish the day up $74.50, which is not bad. A green day, that's what I was hoping for. So I traded 4 stocks. I have 4 trades, which means now, let's see, I'm keeping a little tally here. I had one more loss, but then I had 1, 2, 3 more green trades. So that means right now I have a total of 7 green trades and 2 red trades as part of this small account challenge. So I'm 9 trades in, and day 1 was $158. Day 2 yesterday was $12, and day 3 here is $74.50. So that puts me up, let's see, 158 plus 74 plus 12, $244 on the week before commissions. And that was based on a starting account balance of $395. So the account's up more than 50% this week, which is great, before commissions. After commissions, commissions yesterday were about $25. Commissions on Monday were also about 20, I think it was around 20, and commissions today will probably be about 25. So, unfortunately, that 244 minus $75 brings me down to 170. Commissions accounting for a bigger percentage of the profit in the first few weeks. And that is one of the challenges of trading with an account as small as $395, right? Now, hopefully none of you guys actually have to trade an account that small. Hopefully you can put 800, 1,000, 2,000, or 3,000 away for your first trading account. But if you are trading with an account as small as $400 or $500, it can be done. It's just going to be a little slower in those first few weeks as you're kind of battling the percentage of profit versus commission. So let's break down the 4 stocks I traded today. Begins, as always, with the Gap Scanner watch list starting around 9:15 a.m. So at 9:15 a.m. this morning, AUPH was the leading gapper, and you can see it's up on the momentum scanner again right now. However, it's expensive, the float's high, and for a small account, it's just not really something that I felt was affordable to trade. And in any case, out of the gates, it sold off. So no trades on AUPH. NASDAQ test stock, ZXZZT, no trades, obviously. This one, I actually didn't see on the scanners once I was looking at them a little closer to the open. So it must have been up there and then it started to sell off a little bit. So yeah, that one is nothing there. BNGO. BNGO, this was the next one. I really didn't have a lot of confidence in it. I wasn't that interested in it. I assumed that it was going to fail. I really just left it alone. It's lower priced. It's more crowded. It has a history of gapping and dropping, as you can see back here. So pretty much everything about it to me was just like, it's not worth it. In order for me to trade it and make money, I'd have to take pretty big share size, but I don't have any margin on a stock like this. It's too cheap. So I can only use my cash balance. Now, of course, I started with $395 on Monday, or it was Tuesday. I made whatever, 130 after commissions. I asked them to credit back the 125 they deducted on December 1st for the platform fee because I didn't use the platform in November, and they did. So my account basically went back to the original starting balance of around $500, $520, and right now is up around $650 or so. So, $650, I just don't have a lot of buying power using cash only balance for a stock like this. So just left it alone. POAI, kind of interesting. Very light volume pre-market. It had news. It's a somewhat recent reverse split with room up to $6. It started to pop up and then it kind of dropped. So no trades on that. Next one down, SEAC. And this was the first trade I took, $21. It's funny how, these are such small numbers to what I usually would be trading. But in any case, this is just part of the challenge. So on this one, we had a pre-market high of $4.48. We had news, a catalyst, a daily chart with a nice window from 435 up to 549. All right, this is what we talk about in chapter 4 of the day trade course, those gaps and windows. So on this one, the bell rings and I jumped in and we got a quick breakout up to 456. I took my profit made $21. So it wasn't a home run. I only took, I think, 300 shares of it. You know, it's a small winner, not even 10 cents per share of profit. And then it dropped back down and it hasn't recovered. So the first trade of the day, you know, not much progress. Second trade was SES. This was okay. This was also on the gap scanner, a little further down right here, gapping up 14%, 1.3 million share float, 64,000 shares of pre-market volume, excuse me, with a catalyst, with news. Stock that has a history of being a former runner. So I was interested, but a little skeptical because of this sell-off pre-market. So as it starts to squeeze up here, the bell rings and it opens down here around 650, and then it starts to surge up. And so I got in it as it was surging up for the break of 7. I'm in at 7. I'm in at like 696, right under $7. It breaks through 7 and it goes up to 715, and I sell. So I'm in with 300 shares and I make about 20 cents a share, and then I'm out of it. It hits a high of 25. It pulls back. The first 1 minute pullback worked, but I didn't take this trade because it dropped all the way to a low of 675. And I was like, man, that's a lot of risk. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I got to leave it alone. So at that point right there, I was up $82 on the day, just like yesterday. You know, first 2 trades, I was in pretty good shape. And then I took the third trade. The third trade was on IMAC, and I lost $50 on it. So on this one, it starts to pop up right here. And so I type it in. I type in IMAC and I press Shift 1. Now Shift 1 just populates based on a percentage of my buying power. So this automatically populates, but I actually have to click the buy button to send the order. So I saw it pop at 3. I pressed Shift 1. Typically, I would have gotten in there. I would have filled the order. But I took away the ability to do that in this account because I wanted to slow myself down a little bit and not have impulsive trades. So I have to have that second step of, you know, Shift 1 will load the number of shares I can take. And then I've got to take the second step of pressing the buy button. Well, by that time it hit 619 and then, 319 and then 350. It pulls back for a second. And on this candle, as it pulls back, I bought at 328 because I thought, okay, it's dipping down. I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to look for that surge back over 350, possibly into a circuit breaker halt. It hit 341 and then it dropped. It hit 341, and as soon as it didn't break over 350, I sold half. I sold 100 shares or whatever. I don't remember how many I took. IMAC. Yeah, so I sold 100 shares. And then I sold it on this drop. I sold the rest and I got filled at 282. So I ended up losing. I was break even on the first trade. I got out pretty much flat. And then I lost $50 on 100 shares, 50 cents. That's pretty awful. I mean, that's pretty disappointing. So this really rejected hard. It literally went from 350 all the way back down here to 246. So at that point, I kind of thought, all right, well, the writing's on the wall. We're not seeing very clean momentum today. And at that point, I was up only $30 on the day, or 37 on the day before commissions. But then HEPA came up, and as it broke this double top right here, I almost got in at 25. But I thought to myself, you know, you're only up $30. I don't want to go red today. So maybe I should just sit on my hands for a second. Let's see if it actually opens up. And as it started to squeeze up to 635, 638, I punched the order at 638. So I got in at 638. It squeezes up to a high of 653, and I sold at about 650 and 648. So I made about 10 cents on, or maybe a little bit more than that, on that trade, and made $44. And with that, I said, okay, I'm done. Now I'm done. Today, I actually would have been better off if I had stopped trading after these 2 trades, and I would have been up $82, and I wouldn't have had to take these trades and generate the extra commissions on them. But, and this is total quantity, so bought and sold. But I took the trades, and, it is what it is. on the one hand, today I would have been better off stopping sooner. On the other hand, if I had kept trading and a couple of these opened up a little bit more, I might have found myself up, 120, 130 on the day. So right now, I'm kind of, in the first days of the challenge where every day needs to count. I have basically zero cushion, right? I can't afford to lose $100 or $200. I'll go right back to where I was at the beginning of the challenge. So I just need to continue to make small progress, take those base hits, $50 right now is an awesome winner. That's basically almost 10% account growth. So take the $50, $60 winners as I get them. And when we have the next day where something like, we get an ASLN and it opens up and I'm able to manage my risk on it, then that'll be the day where, I probably make $170, $180, and then I'm going to be able to start taking a little bit more share size. And then I'll start regularly seeing $150 days, $200 days, and then the account will start growing a little faster. The last time I did a small account challenge, the first 7 days were all right around $100, more or less in profit. So I was making like 120 and then 130 and then 150 and then 90 and then 100. And, it was kind of right around there. Now, the broker that I used during that last challenge gave me 6 times leverage with $500. So, that gave me a little bit more leverage. I had a little bit more buying power. The market may have been a little stronger during that first week. I mean, that's kind of the flip of the coin when you start a small account. Is this week going to be a strong week? Because if it is, you might double the account in your first week. And if it's not, you're going to kind of grind and tread water a little bit and churn. So I think the question is, can you afford to churn? Can you afford to tread water? Can you afford to just kind of survive till you thrive and, keep your head above water until you finally get a couple of trades like this that with a small account, can just give you that one awesome trade where in one day you double your account. So it's tough because, it's kind of like you're waiting for that one perfect opportunity. But at the same time, you want to trade each day. You want to take stabs at things because, you want to be active. You don't want to just do nothing. You could end up waiting months if you set your standards too high. So, today took a couple trades, made a little money. Yesterday took a couple trades, didn't make a lot of progress, but they were worth trading. So right now, 9 trades in, 7 winners. That accuracy is pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm above my statistical average. My average is 70%, so I'm trading, I guess, a little bit above that right now. And I'd like to keep that up during the small account challenge because it'll prove that I am setting the standard a little bit higher. Again, just to reiterate, this challenge that I'm doing right now, it's going to cost me money in the sense that if I was trading these stocks in my regular account, I would be trading with regular share size. I wouldn't be talking about being up $74 on the day. I'd be talking about having a $700 day, $1,000 day, $2,000 day. But my goal here for this challenge was to kind of press the reset button. I've been trading with a 6-figure account now for quite a while, and to come back down to a level that is more relatable to the experience that a lot of you guys are having. And the feedback I've been getting from you guys so far has been that this has been really helpful. I've been uploading the live trading recordings. Day 3 will get uploaded for Warrior Pro Mentor or for Warrior Pro students as well. And, that's my hope. And if that is the case, then when I get this account up to 10 or 15,000, then at that point, I may just go ahead and start over, drop it back down to, $1,000 or something like that, and just kind of keep myself in this small account place where, I'm able to be a better teacher for you guys. So, it's one of those things that with my strategy of trading small caps, my best year last year was $500,000 in profits. And I felt that I could have made a little bit more, but I I wasn't sure because, I couldn't really take a lot more share size. So I think coming up to $500,000 a year is kind of around the peak of my strategy right now, given my risk tolerance. I think if I was willing to take a little more risk, someone else could trade the strategy and make a little bit more, but I don't really want to take that risk because then, of course, if I have a day where I lose $20,000, $30,000, I just feel so bad about myself that those emotional swings for me are just not worth it. Not to say that I can't, survive a $30,000 loss. I can, but I don't want to. That's something that even the big, you think about Bill Ackman. How much did he lose on Herbalife? Like billions of dollars? I mean, it's kind of insane. I don't even know how you emotionally compartmentalize that type of loss, but good for him for being able to and to keep doing it. But I just can't. So for me, we'll kind of see. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to do for 2020 in terms of small account or big account. I'm up about 300,000 on the year in my larger account before I started this challenge, which really began in November with going into boot camp. So what I essentially lost were my two strongest months of the year, which are typically November and December. I've been averaging 80,000 a month in November and December for the last few years. So, it's kind of a tough decision, but I'm in a place where I have I have these sort of two conflicting roles. The one role of growing my account as quickly as I can and making as much money as I can in my account, for my own benefit. And then the second role of being a teacher and being a guide for all of you guys who are getting started. When I first started trading, I opened the chat room really early on because I wanted a community of people that could just be like a support network. I was living in Vermont. I didn't have a lot of friends who had any interest in what I was doing. I didn't have a community of people that I could talk to about this stuff. I wanted to talk about what indicators are you guys using? What period are you using for your MACD, your moving averages, your RSI? And I wanted to talk shop about that. And so I created a community where I could do it. And the community grew, as you guys obviously know. And so my trading and the community kind of grew in tandem to the point where they've become so intertwined that it would be hard to separate them. And there are times where the interests of those two conflict, and there's times where they align. And it's, for me, kind of a question of which one do I want to focus on more? Do I want to just step back and say, you know what, guys, I'm done. I'm just going to, do my own trading from here on out and step back? Or do I say, well, I'm going to, trade in a way that's more relatable and more helpful for my students and put the focus more on the education? And that's kind of been that challenge of, what the next, 3 or 4 years will be like. But, in any case, right now, the focus is certainly continuing to be the best teacher that I can for you guys. And that's the purpose of this small account challenge. So, it's a little interesting. And today's a day where it's like, I'm up $74.50. But, the account will grow. And when I get closer to, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, it'll probably be a little bit easier. So anyways, that's about it for me here today. I'm not going to take any more trades. We're coming up towards 11 a.m. So I'm going to shut it down and live to trade another day. Tomorrow will be day 4 of the small account challenge. All right. So I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning. Hey, did you know that I go live every single morning between 9 and 9:15 to stream my pre-market watch list? Subscribe to the channel, press the bell for the alert, and you'll get the notification.